too.
It
Alright,
smells
I'll
like
put it like a period. Do you remember that joke from last time?
I do remember that joke from last time. Is this the third time you made the period joke?
Maybe fourth.
Wow.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to I Don't Want to Be a Piece of Shit. I'm your host, Carter Doherty. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast. I missed last week again, as I typically do. That's just the way I do it, huh? Just missing deadlines, missing everything. Maybe I should just kill myself, huh?
Don't do that, man.
All right, I'm sorry. Sorry with the pessimistic start. I should go optimistic. I have my producer, Mathew Mitchell. I'm calling him the producer because he's behind the camera. Really, I lost my camera charger, and he has a camera. I said, I'll throw you $20 and bring you lunch, and I brought him a nice Americano. That's not really lunch.
Yeah, he kind of shorted me on the lunch.
I'll get you Pete Terry's after.
Yeah, we could do Pete Terry's.
Yeah, I'm not. I was feeling a burg. I got stuck in traffic at a Pete Terry's on the way here. Okay. I guess I'll get to the podcast. I'm sorry. I'm hanging with my buddy Mathew Mitchell, and I enjoy his presence. I like having a good time. Sorry about that. I'll get back to you guys. Goddamn, my bad.
You're really projecting onto the audience
They're just
right
being
now.
annoying as hell, wanting me to talk to them when I just want to hang out with my buddy.
I appreciate it, buddy.
I
It's
know.
a solo ep. The people came here for the solo ep.
They came for the solo ep. I guess if they want to listen, they can.
Yeah, if you want to hear Matthew talk, we got an episode in our backyard. It's not too bad.
Yeah, where we just a lot of it. Here's the thing about my listeners or my followers on Instagram. I've been posting like bits where I talk about being bisexual or getting pegged, or like in that episode I talked about like trans ladies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll get like a comment because the people all followed me off of that video where I talked about my sister liking black guys and being fat. And so I got like a wave of followers of like dudes from that. And when I post things talking about weird sex stuff, they don't quite enjoy it. So I got a few comments on our last episode saying, "Jesus Christ, man."
Interesting.
Yeah, so I guess my bad. I think they do feel the same.
Yeah.
Just shoot me. All right, whatever. The theme of this episode, I guess, I get too sexual in all these eps, but I think I've talked about is in the past I used to get quite like I used to find validation from having sex, but like I would just have sex with anybody and thinking like having sex meant validation. But now I don't want to get too. I'm not trying to get too braggadocious. I'm not saying I'm like a hot guy. Okay. I just feel like in the past when I used to like have sex, people like would be like, "You had sex with Carter," and then like the person would be like, "No, but he's like," and they would like defend it. But now, like if like a girl showed me a picture, like or a girl showed her a picture of me to her friends, they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I get it." I feel like there wouldn't usually be an objection where a lady would be like, "What?" Where in the past that would. So now I'm in that phase of life, and I feel. And I'm having sex not just for it's still for validation, but I used to just have sex with whoever, and then when I had sex, I was like, I'm validated. Now I'm kind of getting to be selective and having sex with people that I want to have, that I find attractive, but I still feel like that's not a good thing to do. Would you agree with that, Matthew?
Man, yeah, I'm on my phone over here, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Paying
you're
you
fine.
$20.
No, you're
you
fine.
I'm bouncing. You're my therapist for the day.
I understand. Dude, I can't imagine what listening to this podcast must be like, because you're looking directly into the lens, just being like, I'm no longer having sex for validation. Well, I guess I kind of am.
Oh.
The vulnerability is, I'm proud of you for putting it out there like this.
Well, that was. I guess maybe it is tough to do with a person in the room. That was kind of the point of the podcast from the beginning. I was in the depths of hell in
For sure.
my own mind. I felt when I started the podcast, and it was more of a cry for help, I think.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But now I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on the right track. You're
I'm
certainly
on the right track, but I do think I need to stop. I need to desexualize my brain, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, we were talking about this the last time too. I think you might be right.
Yeah, because I don't know. Because I left here and then I went to I went on a trip for a while and I had a great trip. Now those, you see, I used to, like I said, just have sex all the time for validation, just with whoever. And then I had started having like little romances with ladies that like were very very nice, and I really enjoyed those.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you can't be. I think a nice meal is good, right?
Yeah,
But you can't be getting a steak dinner every night.
this is. Yeah, I understand.
I'm just like
you're living a gluttonous lifestyle where you're
not
getting.
not. I guess that's you shouldn't compare people to food. That's objectifying. I think.
Of course.
Because I think I connected very emotionally with people on my trip to the Pacific Northwest and then down to Phoenix and then but then right when I got back from those two things, I came here and it came right back here, and I stayed with the person that I'm staying with, who you met the other night.
Yeah, very
she's
nice person.
Quite nice lady.
Yes.
It's a that's a cool thing, but I just think it's too much. I shouldn't be doing all that because then it's a lot for the brain.
It is a lot for the brain.
You
And
can't, it's hard to learn all the details of a person's life and then meet a whole nother person and learn that entire person very quickly.
Yeah. It's also it's tough not to objectify in your own head when I believe what you're doing. You're using sex almost like it's a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're using it to get that dopamine rush and the validation, which you should not be doing. But it's hard to tell guys not to do that because it's so baked into our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but like I think I used to get like blackout drunk and then just whoever would, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like regret it and be like, ooh.
Yeah.
But now I'm not like afterwards. I'm not like regretting it. So I'm like, oh, that was a good thing then, because it was like a person that I really liked and I got to know them, and then that was that. But then I'm like, I feel like it's a lot of. It's like doing Molly or something, where it's like you can't be doing Molly every week because then you'll
because you
ruin
gotta
your
do
serotonin.
you gotta do Megan and Jamie and all these other ladies too.
Yeah.
Come on, folks.
So Molly, Susan, Ellie.
Yeah, Molly. All old timey 1950s names. Molly, Gertrude, all the fucking
all
poodle
butch
skirt
woman.
gang. Yes, I understand exactly what you're saying, my friend.
But I think now I'm in a spot because I'm staying with this lady that it's like, well, now I just should. I got the one but I don't want to enter a monogamous long-term relationship. That's the other problem. Which I don't think is what's going to happen here.
Probably.
We're both pretty open about what the dealio is.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's good. You got to be open about the dealio.
Yeah, I'm a pretty. I'm not. That's the other thing that I feel good about is it'd be one thing if I was going around going like pretending I was gonna date ladies or like being a fuck boy in terms of like screwing women over. But like I'm very communicative and upfront about what I'm looking for, and like. And then a lot of times I usually meet the ladies like on the road. It's like at a show, so they know I'm just in town for the week.
Yeah.
So,
which I feel like a lot of ladies like. They like the idea that it's a guy who's like in town. He's not going to be in your social scene anymore. So the consequences of it are like you're not going to hook up and then pass each other. Because something about that I think really gets in a gal's head. They have a tough time seeing you around if you know.
Yeah.
If it's a local yokel.
Yeah, they don't want to see you in person with another lady, like
the whole thing. Yeah, I think it weighs on the mind a little bit.
Very true, very true. Which so it's like a good, but I think it's like it's why you don't see comics that have been on the road for 20 years being real. Wait, never mind, that's a lie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually, but the ones that are like good touring comics, usually I don't see them trying to pick up chicks all the time because it's like that's not a sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah, man. Well, then you just like running the light style, crash out. Just
God, great book.
What a book. Let's get Sammy T on the podcast.
Yeah, podcast guest request Sam Talent if you want to do the podcast.
Yeah,
open invite.
There we go.
So when he listens,
I'm sure he's a fan.
Yeah, I'm kind of known out there. So yeah, and I think the marker for me though with the whole sex validation stuff, you just can't be doing that. But I did have a good situation when I went back after I came back here, left my car here, I went on a family vacation. That was fun. And that was a good reset. That was a good detox because obviously I'm not gonna try to have sex while I'm on family vacation in the mountains.
Of course.
Of course.
Why would you?
I don't know.
Family vacation in the mountains, horrible place, dude. Actually, no, it's kind of a
what if
classic.
you were like maybe a ski lodge?
Yeah.
They make movies about that.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Ski resort.
It's
That's
almost
like,
cliche. It's actually it's such a classic place to get laid.
Yeah, man.
I was on family vacation in the mountains and I met this girl.
Well, I didn't go sniffing. There were
course.
bears.
Yes.
And so that was a good week reset. And then I had shows, but I told you about this, Matthew. That this is another. This is the thing where I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to say I'm an attractive guy, but it is very nice that I had a lady. She liked my post begging for people to come to the show, and then I looked at her profile, so I followed her back. I didn't message her or nothing, but then my headline show she just showed up.
Yeah.
And then before the show, she took a picture of herself in the crowd and was like, making friends while I'm here. I came here solo.
Whoa.
And then I went out and met her before the show.
Of course.
But also, it was like freaking 12 people. So it was just my sister and then my best friend and then that lady and like other people that I knew in the front row.
How long did you do on that show?
40.
And it went well enough where she still wanted to bone afterwards?
Yeah.
Congratulations, my friend. That's almost a bigger accomplishment.
Thank you, man. And well, that was cool. And we like went and hung out after, and she was a nice lady. But she had a roommate, and she didn't want to. She had a tiny car.
Yes, and you had sex in a tiny car.
So yeah, we get back in.
You fucking did. You pulled a Wayne's World.
Well, we started
2 long-haired people in a teeny tiny car.
Now this is why like I also found out going home that like my aunt came to one of my shows and she was like, I've been listening to a lot of your podcast, and I think a lot of people that listen to it actually just know me in person. Yeah, which is very embarrassing because it's a very I try to I tell it how it is. But the part that I realized maybe was going too far with the obviously having sex in a car. She's also in her 30s.
Yeah, okay.
And this was. I'm 24. I'm still. That's a little too old to be like I'm 24.
No, I don't.
At what age do you be? Because in my head, I'm still like, he's a youngster.
Yeah, well, I think people tell, like, anytime I'm with a 30-year-old-ish lady, they're like, oh, my God, 25, you're a baby.
That's okay, see, I get that a lot. That's what...
And I'm like, well, I guess so. I try not to put too much stock in it. You can't,
But this is what's ridiculous of me, is I always go, well, if we get in trouble, it's her fault. Which is not true. I'm in just as much trouble. It's not. But I'm like, but she's older, so her decision matter. Like her choices are more, wise. And I get the benefit of the doubt, which isn't. That's not how that works at all. But the decision, she was like, it's really tiny back here, and she was like, do you have a bigger car? And this is where if I just would prefer it if people I knew didn't listen to the pod. But I was like, I do have a bigger car, and but it was my mom's car.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So then we drive back to my car.
Buddy, I think there's
get in the back of my mom's SUV.
This is abhorrent. Sex in your mom's car. Good God. Stinking up your own mom's car with the smell of another lady's snatch. She's going to be driving to work insecure. She's going to be like, did I shower before I got it?
Okay, but here's where I get the damn benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Okay? So that show that had 14, one of them was my sister and her boyfriend. My best friend, who's a born-again Christian, last guest of the pod, nice. and his Christian friend that he converted.
Oh.
All in the front row, and my friend from high school, who actually she wasn't there for my set. She had a panic attack because the host zoned in on her and started screaming at her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was an empty seat with her drink was still there though. And after the show, that lady that I was talking to goes over to this shuffleboard bar that has like shuffleboard courts you can rent out, and that's where my sister wanted to go too. So this is my sister and my best friend, and then my mom is at a conference in town, and she is blackout drunk with her best friend.
Nice.
Not a conference, a benefit, but like so it's like an open bar thing, and my mom likes to get hammered. So I'm at the shuffleboard bar with that lady, and then in walks my entire family, and I just hear my mom go, "My cars!" And I'm just sitting at the bar with the lady, and my mom comes behind me and she grabs me and she's like, "Oh, my babies!" And then like kisses me on the cheek, and she's like, "Let me get your guys' drinks. Who are you? Oh my goodness, I'm Car's mom."
She calls you Car?
Oh, she calls me Car. She like grabs my cheek. She like, my mom treats me like a baby. Like,
Yeah.
she's very like that.
Huh.
But she was black, and she was just like being very sloppy.
Jesus. And after all that sweetness, you still had sex in her car. Car had sex in the car. God. You're a monster, my friend.
So yeah, then but we had sex in the car, and it was also like, you know, after like 3 hours of dry humping and stuff like that, where all that this is a lot for a whatever. And she was a very attractive lady and very nice. Cool lady. But so I was planning on staying at my buddy's house in Cleveland because I was supposed to pick up my mom since she was staying at that conference and got a hotel room nearby. I was supposed to pick her up in the morning with her car. So in the morning, like, I didn't want to go back to my buddy's because it was like 4:30 in the morning. So I just slept in the back of the car for a little bit, for like an hour or two. And then was like, I'm going to pick up my mom when she's ready. But she's like viciously hungover, and I'm waiting outside early in the morning. Oh, dude! At one point, I'm outside smoking weed, just hitting my bowl, and this like homeless guy and like a little bit better dressed dude comes up, and he's like, this dude is just obviously doing like a huddle wrestler, or a hustle riddle, and he's like telling me oh, I like your shoes, man. I like your shoes. If I can tell you where you got them, we'll bet on it. You give me some money if I could tell you where you got them. Here, record me right now. Start recording me. Put this online. Make me go famous. And then but it made it go for like 2 minutes, and you're like, okay, shake on it. If I could tell you where you got them and what street, you got to give me some money, okay?
Oh, this is for sure a scam.
Yeah, and I just was like, where I got them from, and he's like, yep, where you got them. I was like, where I got them from, where I bought them, and he was like, yep, where you got them.
No, this isn't. Yeah, you see what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's gonna go, you got them on your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was recording him, and then he goes, you got them on your feet. I said, no. See, I said where I got them from, the store. And he said, that's not what I said. I said, I know. That's why I kept repeating myself. And you said, you hear what I said. And he was like, no, you owe me money now. I was like, bro.
You got way too involved with this guy. You should have just been like.
Well, because I was really high in the morning.
Jesus, dude.
And I had not slept. So I was waiting to pick up my mom in the morning. So I was like, no. I'm telling you, I have it on video because I knew you were gonna do that. Why are you doing this, man? I rechecked the whole thing. And he was like, and he started getting pissed, and like started foaming out of the mouth. And then his friend just started shaking his head at me, and I was like, oh shoot, am I gonna get beat up right now? Mm-hmm. And then and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna give you any money. I told you exactly I was making sure you weren't gonna get it over on me because I knew what you were doing. And he was like, no, you check the video. And he was like yelling at me. But then I was just like, come on, man, move along. And I'm shocked.
Yeah.
That I don't know why. I think I was kind of maybe feeling suicidal, but because in my head I was just like, oh, he's about to punch me, but I kept just going. I just kept going. No, man, that's not right. I told you you should have stopped me then if you heard me catching
You're
on.
trying to be reasonable. It's like, nah,
We
I
made
don't
a bet, and I was going on. So I just kept trying to
this isn't really
reason
an
with him.
honest
He
way to
just
do
kept-
business.
He just kept freaking out.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
And he's like, you don't get to judge me. And I'm like, I'm not judging you. I'm saying I knew what you were doing. And so
Just you high talking to a crazy scam artist. Just probably a mentally stunted man.
yeah, but he had a friend that was like way better dressed and in a polo, just looking at me, shaking his head, just going. And I was just like, so is he supposed to be the backup that's gonna like jump? I don't get it. But then they just kept moving on. But he was like screaming to his sane friend, like this motherfucker judging me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he was a white guy though, but nah, just kidding. He had dreads.
Still a white guy.
Yeah. But you know when I'm talking about not black, homeless.
Yes.
But when they have like
Horrible clarification.
what?
Be like, and I'm the black people, not homeless people. just being like, it's crazy. It's because not all black people are homeless, but all homeless people are black.
No, that's not all homeless people are black. Some homeless people are white.
Not all rectangles are squares, but all squares are rectangles. That's just a mathematical fact, folks.
True. Oh man, who listens to this?
I don't know. Hopefully no black homeless people. They're going to be pissed.
Did you know only like you can see on YouTube how many people finish the whole episode?
I'm sure it's close to 0.
10%.
That's not bad. 10%?
Mm-hmm. And then on Spotify, 50% finish the whole thing, which that's pretty good.
That is good. Shout out to the 10%ers.
10%. I mean, but that means like if I'm like episodes that get like 100 views, it's like 10 people listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but that's 10 people. Imagine if there were 10 people in the room right now. That's what you got to say to yourself.
That would be a big deal.
Would be a big deal. Man, this is a pretty. Maybe I'll get some followers out of the shot that's been going on the whole time. I've been pretty wedgied up there.
Oh really? Ooh, showing the bulge.
Yeah, I'm pretty spread open. Hopefully it doesn't get flagged for my big old meat hog on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I was talking about the guy. He had the teeth that grow out of the top of the gums. But I felt like I grew up with a lot of kids that were like that, but then they get it fixed with braces, and I feel bad for people that were unfortunate and couldn't get those fixed.
Yes.
Maybe I thought about that during our conversation. I went, man, he couldn't get his teeth fixed. That's a bummer. I shouldn't probably be arguing with him about this.
For sure, he's got bigger fish to eat.
I should have maybe told him to get along at the start of it. Because maybe I should have realized he wasn't going to trust me on the fact that I was going to pick up on what he was doing.
Hey, man, if I could tell you where you got those shoes, could you start this apple for me? That's my favorite Dave Attell thing I would know too. Could you start this apple for me?
Could you start this apple? It's so funny. No, he's probably got he's actually got like a good apple mouth.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. I'm thinking like he could just use his top tooth to kind of whittle and shave what he wants. Yeah. Ooh, he could be an apple artist.
Yeah?
He could do like little pumpkin carvings in the apple.
That's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's like what always, whenever I see like the pumpkin carvings that people are like, these are the really good ones. They never carve it. They shave it.
It's an interesting. Well, I think carving and shaving are kind of they're similar.
Yeah, I get. Oh, because you carve, shave.
Yeah. It's like if you're doing a sculpture and you were doing that.
Yeah, but I guess when I think of carving a pumpkin, I think like you cut in the teeth.
That's true. But think about carving wood carving.
Very true. Well, but here's the thing: is when you put the light in the pumpkin, you want the
It glows. Yeah, they turn it into like a film.
Yeah, so they
almost.
get it thin so that it's quite magnificent
Dude,
what these people
the
do.
first person to ever do that at a pumpkin carving competition, everyone else who lost was probably like, this fucking asshole. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, come
Yeah,
on.
because it's too much. For
Well, it's like the
pumpkin
high jump. You ever seen how people high jump? It's because this one guy back in the day just randomly did the backwards jump, and they thought that was like, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because they used to just have to jump over it like a hurdle. And then the one guy just jumped backwards, and everybody was like, stop doing that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the times, it's nice that they were just like, nah, that's how you do it now.
Yeah, because
I feel like in some sports, they're like, you're not allowed to do that.
true. I feel like that's
I
a big
think
thing in basketball.
I'll be honest, I feel like it depends on what race invents the move.
Oh,
I think that
very
could be
true.
it. I feel like
Well, because with that alley oop,
the alley-oop,
was that banned for a while?
I don't know how they would ban.
I'm shocked that when the black guys started dunking, white guys didn't go stop.
That's a great point. I think maybe
They should have banned that, and then
then we made basketball the least entertaining sport of all time.
all these old white guys are pissy about it. It's like you made the rules. You could make it so white guys are better at it.
For sure. Let me see who invented the dunk. First person.
It had to
dunk.
be a black guy.
Slam dunk. Oh, no, white guy.
A white guy? Yeah, but
It's difficult.
not
to
a dunk,
pinpoint
a
the single
slam
inventor
dunk.
Of the dunk. Bob Kirkland is credited with it. Well, a slam dunk.
Bob Kirkland?
Bob Kurland. Yeah,
Oh,
not
Kurland.
Kirkland.
Yeah, it
this
was.
Dude, I'll tell you, that chicken bake, that's a slam dunk. 5 big booms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what is a slam dunk is the damn deals at Costco.
yeah. He was a 7-foot center from Oklahoma.
Oh, well, 7 foot. That's not a. Yeah, that's
Dude,
gay.
started
That
in
doesn't count.
1944, dunking during World War II.
Man, well, I sometimes when I want to get excited as a white guy, I'll watch a 5'9" montage of, or like a montage of a guy that's 5'9" learning how to dunk. You ever watch those?
Yeah.
Those make me excited.
Yeah.
Those get me like I can do something.
For sure, yeah.
I could be
man.
somebody.
Dude, I think if we put our minds to it, over the course of a year, we would be able to dunk a basketball by the end of it if we just focused all of our energy on that.
Maybe.
You think if we no job, if we were completely funded, I think that if like we got some kind of a government grant for the advancement of the Caucasian race.
Well, I got this knee problem that's been bugging me lately because I tried to sprint 2 days ago. I went or no, that was yesterday, and I was gonna sprint for 30 minutes of sprinting and then walking after my uphill sprint in the parking garage at that top floor.
Yeah.
But then after just 10 minutes of like warming up and then sprinting, my knee started to really bug me, which sucks because I want to get good at sprinting again. I'm trying to be an athlete, and so like I want to be able to jump too.
Yeah.
Trying to get those things because I've gotten good in the weight room, but I don't think that those are. Because I remember guys when I played sports that were like really good at lifting, but never good at like the actual sports themselves. Like they could do a lot of pull-ups, but then they ran like a 6-second 40-yard dash.
A lot of like jacked guys don't have the athleticism.
So I'm trying to. So I feel like I've gotten to the level of. I don't mean to have a whole episode where I'm calling myself sexy as hell, but I've gotten to the level of muscular that I want to get to, and now I'm like, but my knees hurt and stuff like that. I want to make sure that I can like run and jump and like hang and do like monkey bars and shit like that.
Oh man, monkey bars! I haven't thought about monkey bars in a long time.
Like I thought about how when we went to Barton Springs, everybody could dive. I can't really I can't like do a lot of athlete things right now.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm very clunky. I'm not graceful in any way. You know what I mean? I kind of walk around like a G.I. Joe action figure where it's
Yeah. See, I think I'm pretty fast like running distance right now, and I used to be good at sprints. I wonder if I'm good at sprints now. This isn't. Who cares about this?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear this.
For sure.
What was I going back
Also,
about?
you fully you're like, I'm going to be doing a solo cast. I might doing a side to you every now and then.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well, it seems crazy to start to talk to the camera when you're sitting right there.
Yeah. Nah, I understand.
So I'm already at 30 minutes, which is what I kind of wanted to get to. So now I'll get to what I wanted to plan on doing for the rest of the podcast, and then we'll just finish up.
There you go. Go ahead.
So I'll keep talking at you, and you don't have to chirp in. You can just look at me, and then I'll go, okay.
I appreciate it. Hey, and Phil, the people, let them know who's going to be on the next episode of.
Next episode.
Give that a plug too.
I'll give a little plug right now. The reason I wanted to have somebody run the camera and make sure everything went good is I got a big special guest, Mike Rainey. Now Austinite, host of Dad Meat and Little Stinkers and Getting Your Head podcast. He's going to be such a good guest for this podcast, I think. I've gotten good at interviewing because when I had Mathew on the podcast, I kind of really deviate like I am right now. I'm gonna do better when I have a guest on here. But I last time I had a guest, I was really good at like staying on track of like asking questions and making sure we hit the beats of like storytelling and stuff, I think, and making sure we got the arc. So I'm pretty pumped for that episode. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post it on my OnlyFans this week so that people subscribe to it, and then it'll come out on like publicly a week later. So that's a little scam I'm running, I think. What was I getting back to? The homeless guy with the teeth, carving the apple. And then I had to pick up my mom. She was hungover as hell, and I was on no sleep. So we were just kind of a bunch of stinky bludgeons. I just picked her up at like 9 a.m., took her back to our house, my mom's house. It's not my house anymore. I was let known that by everybody in the house. Not my house no more. I sleep on an air mattress in the office. So I don't know. Maybe I made bad decisions. That's not what I should do. And I thought that afterwards, especially on the drive back, just the silent drive back with my mom hungover, head pressed against the glass, going, man, I'm on no sleep. I feel like dog shit right now. I'm not going to feel better tomorrow. I'm not going to be like, oh, good thing I did that. That was a good decision. Even though the person was a good person and all that, even though it was like, it was a nice meal. It was a nice steak. I enjoyed the person, and I thought she was very attractive. But did I have to do what I shouldn't have done that, I think. Looking at it afterwards. I don't regret the person and the decision. I regret the circumstances in which it was made. Oh, look at that. Breaking it down. So I think that's where I'm at with sex right now. Is I need to maybe take a little bit off the gas, and just kind of focus on maybe I don't have to pursue every option that I enjoy. Maybe I can just like when it works out, it works out, instead of I need to make my life work out so that I can do this because come on, this would be a good time. And then you like do it, and then afterwards you're like, okay, maybe I didn't need to do all that. That was a little ridiculous. Maybe my mom might find a condom corner wrapper in her car and be like, what the fuck? Maybe obviously I'm putting this out on the internet, so maybe my mom hears this and she's like, God damn it, Carter. And so that's what could happen. And is that worth getting, coming with a attractive lady that you enjoyed the night? Because I already hung out with the lady for the night. Maybe that was all I needed to do. You ever think about that? Maybe that's all you needed to do was just enjoy the presence of somebody. You don't need to escalate everything to the furthest point so that you can just be like, I did it all. I hit the home run. You can sometimes hitting the double's fine. So, I think that's the podcast episode. I think it was a quarter solo episode, 3/4 talking with Mathew, but I think that made it well rounded.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I think because normally I just drone on, and the feedback I've gotten is, Carter, it seems like you really hate yourself.
Oh, well,
and so I think this added levity, having us talk for a bit of it.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good ep. It was also you were steering the ship. You did a good job. Well done.
Thank you. You were here for it. Did you think that was a good pod?
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Oh, bet. Okay. Well, we're at 30, almost 35 minutes. I feel like we hit themes. We had fun.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm about to do a podcast episode with probably my biggest guest so far.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I think I'm gonna try my freaking hardest.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the episode. Thank you guys so much. I've been Carter Doherty, and this has been I Don't Want to Be a Piece of Shit. Peace.
Feel the boom in the room, yeah. I feel it.